3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, I want to make a hand. I want to do a tutorial where I can show how the fingers can squish together. So something like this. Gotta get those fingers round and nubby, like little sausages. I kind of wanted to do 2 fingers bent and oh, you see, I just tried to turn it like it was 3D, but it's not. And of course, these are my Disney style brushes. Just go to my website and go to downloads and you'll get a link to them. I think I have them on Gumroad, something like, I posted them on Gumroad. I think they're like $1 or $2 or something like that. But I made them from scratch, but I use them all the time. I had a new layer. I'll go back here and just, I think that's pretty much what I was going for. Let's duplicate this. It's been a while since I've signed any of my work too. Let's see if I can see if I still got it. And we'll see if we can make a cool 3D version of these. And if you don't know how to import an image, you tap here, you tap reference image, tap here, import photos, and then you find your photo and you hit add. Okay, so first we need to make this the arm. So I'm going to delete this and add a tube. Let's change to a matte cap. We'll just use this one. So, okay, we'll change like this. And we want to make it round on one side. Actually, we can do it an easier way. Let's do it this way. We'll put post subdivision to 2. We'll bring this down. My wife is so loud on the phone. She's unstoppable. Alright, let's do it a more simple way. Sphere. Okay, we'll do something like that. Let's take this and let's just raise the post subdivision to 2. We'll put that on 30. That should be fine. I'm just going to validate. And let's bring these two together. So we'll Voxel remesh them at like 150. And we'll just smooth everything. Okay, let's take a look at the front. Let me see if I can get it in the center. Let's do right about here. I'm just going to save this camera angle. Okay. So next, I think we want it a little bit like this, right? Or does that even matter? Feels right to me. Let's add a, let's add a box for the palm. Post subdivision to 2. We'll bring this down. We'll make it a little thicker. And maybe give it a little bit of a rotation. Shrink this a bit. I'm going to validate and I'm going to smooth the bottom. Let's add another sphere. This will be thumb base. We'll just validate it. And this will be the base of the thumb. So maybe something like that. I'm going to clone it. And add one there, and I'm going to use move. I want to push the bottom. Pivot, center, pivot. Maybe I'll even stretch this a little bit. Oop. And I can probably just stretch this to the thumb. Something like that. Let's save. And for these, I think we want to use, let's use proper sausages. So we'll add a sphere. Let's solo it so you can see what I'm going to do. We're going to validate. We'll go to the gizmo, group, vertex, symmetry. We want to change the symmetry from X to Y. And local, I guess that doesn't matter. And if you want to do show line, you should see this green line. The reason why we're switching it is because wherever the line is, we're going to stretch from that line by using this arrow. And that's how we're going to make the sausage fingers. Although this might be easier with a tube, come to think of it. But that's okay, we have two versions. So let's hit solo. Oh, now it's too big. Let's do that. Oops. So let's take it off vertex and take symmetry off. We'll move it up, shrink it. Let's voxel remesh it. Doesn't have to be big, maybe like 100. Smooth it out some. Okay. And now we can move it into position. I want it a little thicker, I think. Okay, so let's clone it and move it over. This is a finger, so we're just going to go F2, F3, and we'll make the index finger F1. F0, remember that game? Okay, pinky can be a little smaller. Middle finger is usually a bit bigger. This can be a little smaller. So let's say we want them kind of squished together, pretty similar to this. I'm just going to use move on this and kind of open up his hand a little bit. trying to think if I want all of them a little bit rotated. Like that. Okay. So it all looks pretty good, but that's going to change quickly. Let's take the thumbs, join them, and let's see if we want to move them out a little bit. Okay, and then let's make sure that this is correct as well. Maybe we'll just take smooth and smooth out the edges, since that will bring them in a little bit. Let's smooth out these corners as well. Or actually, better than smooth them, let's bring them to the fingers a bit. All right, let's do a quick save. And also, let's take everything, clone it. Oh, I hate that it does it that way. Ugh, it's the worst. So now I have to bring... there's got to be a better way than that. Let's name everything palm, thumb, finger. This is the arm. Good, arm, palm, and then thumb, and then all the fingers can be nestled under the palm. So I think I can just take this and clone it. That's much better. So this will be arm 2. I'm just going to hide that for now. Bless them. So now let's go to the arm. We'll add a cylinder. Shrink it. Where do I want the pivot to be? Let's solo this. Let's do pivot, and let's move the pivot up to the very top. Now we can unsolo it. I want to take this, and let's say we want to make it shorter, because it seems like it might be a bit long. We can go like this. Oh. Let's switch from here to object. That will just do just the object, I hope. Yeah, and we'll bring this closer. Okay, I think that's better. I feel like I need to squish it a bit. Maybe I just need to take this part and stretch it a bit. I'm going to switch to, okay. Okay, we'll be able to smooth that out. Let's take this, let's stretch it, maybe a little thinner. Okay, I'm just going to validate. I'm going to add a sphere. This is going to be the bone, so let's rename that bone. The sphere is going to be bone. We can validate it. We'll just move it down and just do the 2 parts of the bone at the end of the bone. So something like this. Keep it simple. Let's take smooth and smooth the end of that, and then just like move it down so it's properly with the bones. You can take these and kind of do that. They don't have to be perfect. The main thing is the size of them. The only difference is these are more on the side. So maybe I should take both of these, move them up. Yeah, that feels a bit better for some reason. Okay, so let's do a quick save. Let's Voxel remesh both of these together. Don't need to be much, maybe around 140. And then we can just smooth it. Okay, so now all right, so now this issue. So I think all of these are validated. Yeah, they're all validated. So what we need to do is Voxel remesh them to the hand, but spread out so that they're not touching. And then we need to move them closer manually. So I'll use Gizmo. And, oh, another thing is the pivots have to be on the bottom. So let's take pivot and let's just do X-ray and move the pivot to the bottom. We'll do the same thing with this, pivot, move it to the bottom, even though I don't think I have to use that one. Pivot to the bottom. Okay, we'll do a quick save. So now I can take this and I can just rotate it out. Take this, rotate it out. And that should be good. So I'm gonna turn X-ray off. It's my cat in the litter box. Never ends. Yeah, I think I like the shapes. I think I like the shapes of everything. I'm just making sure there's nothing else I want to change on his little fingers. But I think they look good. So now the fun part, we want to take all of this and Voxel remesh it together. I might have to redo it and actually put them closer. I'm not sure yet. I guess I'll just do it. Just do a line. Just put them a little closer together. Okay, I'm gonna go back here, turn a line off. Now I'm gonna take everything and Voxel remesh it together around 200. Okay, we'll do Gizmo pivot, center pivot. Go to the Gizmo and maybe we can bake this. Pivot, center, pivot. No, everything is still weird. Let's do world. Just not the front. Why is the pivot all messed up? I don't want to bake the pivot, I don't think. I'm going to take this in the bone and just hit bake and move origin. I'm going to put it here and I'm going to update this. So now, oh, it's still messed up. Pivot, center, pivot. I think it's taken the pivot of the thumb, maybe? Maybe that's why? So let's experiment. Which part was it taking? It might have been that. All right, so let's separate let's join these together. Let's join the thumb, the palm. Let's join these two. And let's join those. And now the pivot is like exactly where I want it to be. Now I can Voxel remesh it around 200. Okay, now that's way better. Way, way, way better. Just resetting my camera. Palm, we got the bone. Oh, the only thing that I should have done was, I should have done the, not that it's a huge deal, but I'm thinking about how I want to do this. I could paint it, but sometimes that's just like not as beautiful as not painting it. Let's do the cylinder, and let's make the cylinder smaller. We can go like this so it matches. I think that's pretty good. Post subdivision 2. Bring this down. Looks great. Okay, so now we're going to clone this. Let's go ahead and validate it. This is the arm B. We'll call it arm meat. So let's clone it. We'll hide that. We'll take this and the palm. The palm is now the arm. So we'll take those. We'll hide this. And then we'll do a boolean. So now it's cut. And so now that I've done the boolean, I'm going to voxel remesh this again at 200, the arm, just to kind of solidify everything. And then I'm going to take smooth. Let's unhide the other one, because now that should fit snugly in there. Let's smooth everything and keep symmetry on. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. So I just want to smooth this part, because we're not going to voxel remesh again anymore. Let's get the bottom. Hopefully it holds its shape enough. Okay, that looks decent. So now we can take this piece. We can make it a little bigger just so it's a little more snug. And we can move it up. Smooth this piece out a little bit. So we'll line it up with there. Maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. How does that look? I just really want it to fit snugly. That really has to be smooth in order for this to work. Okay, that's good enough. Although I kind of wanted more. I don't have enough space there. I don't like it, I'm sorry. I don't like it. Okay, that's more space. I'm gonna make it even smaller because we're gonna lose even more space, I think. Oh, forgot to clone it. Okay. You know what? And we can probably make this, I don't know. Let's smooth out this. See how much we lose. There we go. I like that. I feel like that works. So now we can smooth this. So we'll just do this preliminary smooths. Which look great. So let's now push them together. Arm meat. I want to clone it just in case I want to save it for something later. Arm. Oh, that's arm meat. Okay. Which means I have to clone this too. Oh, and the bone. Don't want to forget that. Just in case. And these can all be nestled. So now what we want to do is use select mask and lasso the fingers. Let's turn symmetry off. And let's just do them one at a time. So we'll unlasso that. And I think I might want a little more. Whoops. Okay, so or do I not? Let's try this. So now let's go invert. And we probably could take the gizmo. Let's try moving the pivot. So we want to keep this part where it is. Pivot, and then we want to rotate kind of like this. So we just have to adjust it so it's nice and snug. I think that works. Okay, so let's go back to mask and invert again. Select mask. Let's just clear it and select the finger. Okay, I don't like this. Let me unmask. I don't like this. Okay, we'll invert, pivot. Maybe we should do the back. Pivot. Again, we're going to set the pivot right around here so that we can just rotate this. Let's hit a line so we can just move it straight this way. We want this to be nice and straight as much as possible. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Let's go back to mask. We'll clear. We can't voxel remesh. So let's take smooth. You know, I don't think I ever tried relax. I don't know what that does. So let's smooth. Keep it nice and gentle. Here as well, we'll just keep it nice and gentle. Okay, nice and gentle and sweet. We can smooth this. Looks like we have a lot of room to play with. So we'll make this nice and clean. Thumb looks good. We can smooth that a little bit more. Just looking for anything where it has too much shadow. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. And if you're going to do the fingers bent like this, I think you would just do the same thing. You could probably just use mask and tilt it so it's like over, or just do it that way in the first place. No, I think the easiest way would be to do the finger like this. I don't think I want to try to do that because that'll be like a whole nother hour trying to figure that out. Did I already? Oh, I already, oh, let's see what I can do here. I take select mask. And I select the finger. Symmetry off. Actually, let's leave that. Turn symmetry off and just unmask this. Let's unmask this little part here. Okay. I'm just going to close it again, just in case I do something or I want a different version. So mask, invert. Whoops, we'll do pivot. Put the pivot here. Pivot, we'll rotate. Like so. You can use a line if you want to just go straight up and down. But for this, we also want to adjust it a little more. So let's go back to mask. Let's invert. And now let's take select mask and let's just do rectangle. And we'll go like this. Whoop. Unmask. And then we'll invert. Let's adjust the pivot. So we want this to stay. Okay, so we just need to rotate. Honestly, I think like this. I think that's what we have to do. So now I want to go back to mask, invert, I think I just want to clear and then just start on this finger. I think that's the only move. So we can try to select as much as we can. I'm going to take lasso and try to get some more. Okay. So now we'll invert. We'll take the pivot, move it down and forward, I think. Maybe let's try it a little bit more in the middle, because I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I don't really think it matters that much. Let's make it a little smaller. Let's rotate it a little bit more. So yeah, that's not too bad. It's not too bad. So now let's select mask, let's clear it. And is there anything? Oh, we do need to move. Let's do lasso. Let's grab this finger. Let's unmask a little of this. Unmask that, unmask that. Just mask this. Oh, no, no, no. No thanks. Okay, and now I'm just going to unmask this. It always like the mask will go through, so that's why it's a little tricky. So we'll invert, take the gizmo, let's move the pivot to around here. And then let's rotate, move it in a little bit more so that they're touching. We still want them to be touching. Maybe we'll make this a little longer. Okay. And let's invert. Unmask. Rectangle. Let's trim a little of this. Now we'll invert it. Pivot. A very limited amount of time. So we'll pivot this. We'll rotate this a little bit. Like so. Select mask, clear, smooth. And then smooth softly, hoping that everything just smooths out nicely because we can't remesh again. Oh, this should have been a little bit, I think, pushed over. Let's see if we can get away with it. Let's protect everything else. Also, this is weird. So let's take move. mask, clear, smooth. Okay. Let's bring back the original. Nice. I guess I might as well just color these puppies. So let's go to the PBR. I didn't even do any lighting or anything. Let's get some light on them. Okay. Oh yeah, we need some light on the bottom. It's important too. I think that's fine. Let's turn the environment back on. Turn it down some. Look at that. I feel like I want it to be like kind of like zombie arms. This color is actually pretty decent. Yeah. Do I even have, oh, I do have post-process on. Wait, did I save that view? Let's save the lights there. Okay. Boom. Saving always. So annoying. Alright, keep drawing, keep sculpting. I'll see you all in the next video.